weekend. Oh, folks, if you have young kids, drop them off there so they have a good time and you can enjoy the game. We'll dive into it. Huskers volleyball. Last night, before this was recorded, I was at the John Cook statue ceremony. We'll play the revealing. I had an exclusive interview with him. I'll play a piece of it for you. So much more. Then we'll dive into their big win, the I-80 rivalry against Creighton. Big win, 5-set thriller. And now they play Arizona this weekend to round out their preseason play. Or non-conference play, excuse me. And then lastly, Michigan comes to town, ranked number 21 in the nation. We know the record. Huskers haven't won a ranked team since the mid-2010s. It's a long time. 2:30 p.m. kickoff. We'll preview, listen to Matt Rule and a couple other things. A lot to get on this episode. You don't want to miss any of it, so let's dive right into the news that will help you enjoy the football game from the Lincoln Children's Museum.
The following segment is sponsored by the Lincoln Children's Museum.
Randy Silver with NTV Sports. I'm with Ellie Charter, the Chief Marketing Officer of the Lincoln's Children's Museum. We have exciting news for you Husker fans. Ellie, what is the big news?
The Lincoln Children's Museum is so excited to offer game day playdates again this football season.
Amazing. And being here, the kids are having so much fun. And this is a Thursday. I can't imagine what a game day would be like. What are the activities that they will have?
While the kids are here, we will have many arts and crafts and STEM activities that are focused on the theme of football and sports and body movement. But we also have a very parallel path to what people experience inside the stadium. Some of those iconic brands that you expect to see at the stadium, we also have right here at the museum. We have First National Bank's photo booth upstairs. We have Runza in Tiny Town, and we have Valentino's Pizza available in our U-Stop Cafe.
Perfect. So for people who come here regularly, what information do they need to know about dropping their kids off here?
Right, grown-ups should know that this activity is perfect for kids ages 5 to 12. There is an advanced registration needed for that so that we can staff it appropriately, because unlike a normal day when parents come here with their kids, we actually have those kids by themselves while the grown-ups go to the stadium and have their own game day experience.
Awesome. And if people want to find out more information, how can they do that?
They can look up on game day playdates under lincolnchildrensmuseum.org.
Perfect. And of course, in the bio of this, you can look it up as well. Go Big Red. It's Husker football season. Ellie Charter, the Chief Marketing Officer here at the Lincoln Children's Museum with big news. Drop your kids off on game day and have a great time watching Big Red go 13-0. Thank you, Ellie.
Thank you.
The following segment is sponsored by the Lincoln Children's Museum. Planning a game day in Lincoln, the Lincoln Children's Museum offers game day play dates. While you go to the stadium, your kids stay at the museum for their own game day experience, available during every Husker home game.
There you have it. Go check it out. If you've used it, comment. Let me know what you think, what your kids think, and appreciate them being a part of the family here at NTV and supporting the podcast and helping you enjoy Big Red football. But before we get there, we have to talk about Big Red volleyball. And the man himself is now immortal. 4 NCAA titles, 1 bronze statue, John Cook. Here's the revealing.
Well, I think on the count of 3, we're ready to lift this up. So if everybody will do the count for us. 1, 2, 3.
That is John Cook, of course, the coach. His wife. That hat is removable. I think this video may show it, or I cut it off just before. And then this was Troy Dannon, the AD, and this is the sculptor George Lundeen, a Nebraska native, or he has a tie to Nebraska. I'm not sure if he lives here anymore, but a tie to Nebraska. But folks, this statue is so good, so good. There's many times you've seen statues, like if you remember the Cristiano Ronaldo statue, his face is all scrunched up. It's tough to get a statue in bronze right. This is done so well. Here's DBK, who had amazing words to talk about her friend and mentor there. She spoke. The head of University of Nebraska spoke as well. John spoke. AD spoke. All pleasant words, great stories. If you want to watch the full ceremony, it's linked right now on here so you can see it. There's also clips on Twitter I have. Let me turn the sound off. No need to hear it. But you can see DBK, again, the successor. And when I interviewed Coach Cook, he said that his biggest accomplishment is Danny becoming the head coach, a Nebraska native. won a championship as a player, came back as assistant coach, went over to Louisville, is now back as a head coach. He said this is his biggest accomplishment. But look at that, folks. It looks so good. You got the clipboard right there. Here's a better angle of it. Again, I had the chance to have an exclusive interview with him. Let's just play the first part. What is his thoughts about having a statue also in front of his now arena named John Cook Arena at the Bob Devaney Sports Center? On statue, what do you think?
Well, it's a little.
Randy Silver, NTV Sports, legendary head coach John Cook. You just got your bronze statue. What do you think?
Well, it's a little bit eerie to look at because it's so well done. I really admire the artists that do this. George Landine's the sculptor, and he's world famous. But I don't know. I'm trying to get used to it.
What does it mean for you to be able to have this out here so anybody who comes to matches moving forward will see you coming in the front door?
It really doesn't mean all that much for me. It's more about Nebraska volleyball and all that we've done here and the standards we've set, the records we've broke, how important it is. I mean, volleyball, Nebraska is the epicenter of volleyball in this country, and I think this is just all the symbol. And really what is significant about this, all the young kids coming up here are going to walk and see this and realize something pretty important is happening here.
Tom Osborne and you, what does it mean to be in his company? If you want to see the rest of that, it's linked below. It's a 3-minute interview, and such an honor for somebody who wasn't around when he coached. I watched Big Red on TV, of course, had to. Big volleyball fan, but wasn't able to interview him, be around. I moved here in May. He obviously retired at the end of last season. So this was the first time I met him, and he could not have been more nice. We had a friendly chat after this interview, and he took photos with everybody who stayed. He got solo interviews, scrum interviews, really was a man to people. Everything that people have talked about him, I can see, and his accomplishments speak for themselves. Assistant coach, left to Wisconsin, came back, head coach, 4 national titles, 14 conference championships, 72 AVCA All-Americans. Think about that, folks. 25 years, 72 All-Americans. That means he's basically averaging 3 All-Americans a team. Crazy. 3-time AVCA National Coach of the Year. Probably could have been much more. 7-time Conference Coach of the Year. Best winning percentage from 2000 to 2024. Hall of Fame AVCA. And then USA Volleyball All-Time Great Coach. And we know what he did with getting his team over to China and so much more. So this podcast, there's nowhere else to start than congratulating legendary coach John Cook, having his statue out front of the arena now moving forward. This is all here. So if you come out, you've come through the front entrance, you'll be able to see it for generations and generations to come. But now what we got to talk about is this generation of players currently on the team coached by DBK. The match against Creighton was unbelievable. It was so much fun to be there live. It was my first taste of this experience. Coming from California, UCLA versus USC. I've been to many of those games for other sports. You know, I went to college in the Bay. Stanford versus Berkeley, Cal versus Stanford. That is a big rivalry match. So being here in this, it lived up to the hype. A new record, 17,600-ish. Around there for a regular season indoor volleyball match, breaking any record ever. Unbelievable. Nebraska, as John Cook says, is the epicenter of volleyball, and this proved it. DBK got her first taste of coaching in this. The head coach at Creighton is new this year as well, got his first taste, and they were all just grade A in their responses of what it meant to be a part of it, and the crowd, what they did.
A really fun match to be a part of, and the crowd was awesome, I thought, for both sides, and another example of why the state makes volleyball so special. Our team was really good in Game 5 and kind of went back to what we've been trusting all year and just started playing our game, and I think that's a great sign of where we're headed is when we can play our loosest volleyball in the 5th game.
I love what she said there. We'll dive into some numbers a little bit. Huskers won set 1 and 3. Virginia, Adriano dominated set 3, 7 kills, an ace, really took over that game. But then, hey, Creighton at home, set 2, set 4, and then set 5, Huskers won like 15-9, kind of pulled away. You can see right here, number 10 Olivia Mock, Carrie's injured with a concussion. Olivia got the start at libero. It's been Laney, DBK. I asked about the libero situation. She said she wanted someone to give the team a bit more confidence in their passing. It's been shaky the past couple of matches. And I think moving forward, it's going to be Olivia. She played so good. Look at this one-handed dive. Not that Laney can't do it. It just felt like Olivia is better at passing more consistently. Laney makes some crazy, crazy digs, but Olivia is more of the consistent player. But they played with Laney at DS, so she played a lot and still made some good plays here. So I think this is where she's going to go moving forward. And of course, you got Harper, Bergen, your setter. Virginia got the start over Allie. It feels like she's the number one player in that position when she's not playing well. Then they play Allie. Allie does have good games when she gets in. Rebecca, and then Taylor is in when Andi is not. Andi and Rebecca play middle back. On this side when Harper's in the back row, that's where Taylor comes in. But they do set Harper in the back a lot. Now, speaking of that performance by the Italian, Coach DBK was full praise. If she can play like this consistently, of any player on this team, her ceiling is the highest. At 6'5", she needs to have the confidence in herself. And, new country, new school, new friends, new systems, away from your family, everything like that. It takes some getting used to. They make her feel comfortable. But if she can play at the ceiling that she played consistently in that game 3 with her spikes, with her hits, attacking, her passing, her serving, she can be a perennial All-American, if not, dare I say, AVCA Player of the Year. But she's got to believe in that self, and it will take time to have that. But she has the tool set to be one of the best players ever coming out of this program. And that's not an easy thing to say, but she has it when you watch her play at that level. The problem is she just has inconsistencies. She'll miss her serve sometimes. She'll hit the ball long, out, whatever. But if she can get work on that, dangerous.
Told the team, we got to trust Virginia to kill some balls back there. And she came out of the locker room and killed a bunch of balls and then got her serve going. And you can just see, what a weapon that is when she trusted. And I thought it was awesome, huge game for Virginia. And we really needed that as a team. And I think her personally, just to have a great game in a big environment where she has to take over the game or we might lose that.
So I'm going to move my camera so we can watch this for a second. Again, look at the different variations that she gets these hits on. Here, she's on the left side. Harper with the great dig right to Bergen. And she's coming from the back row, but she's on the left, so she's able to step in. Coming from the middle, look at that. She can go left, right, center. She's able to put a little outside spin on it, get out of the hand. You got the player there, basically hit her in the chest face area. Point. Now you got that serve. Look where her body's facing. It's facing right. Let me bring myself on. Look where her body's facing. It's facing right. And the ball ends up going to the left. That is so hard as a defense to know what's happening. You can see the players are all moving the wrong way. Pretty good dig on that, not going to lie. But puts them out of rotation on a tough serve. Then you got Bergen on a beautiful back set. This is just, I love it. This was the final point of set 3. And just a rocket down. Nothing you can do there. Point. Here again, another hit. They do get the block there. But the ball either lands out of bounds or it's on their side of the net. I'm pretty sure one of the two. Point. If she can do that consistently, putting her opposite of Harper and things like that, it's just a problem. Just a problem. And again, I talked about Olivia being libero, had herself a game. "16 digs, 13 receptions, 7 assists, 1 ace. Cooking. And I think she's your starting libero moving forward. And that takes you to, moving forward, Saturday, they play Arizona. Folks, this is a long day on Saturday. If you're going to the Michigan game, they play Arizona at, I'm going to say it's 6 o'clock? No, 8 p.m. Excuse me. 8 p.m. Michigan game starts at 2:30. So you go ahead, have fun. And then you can go to some volleyball after if you can double dip. Maybe be celebrating at the volleyball game if they beat Michigan. Or if they lose to Michigan, fingers crossed they don't. Celebrate the win Nebraska will get over Arizona. Knock on wood. This is a pretty big matchup. Arizona historically has been good at volleyball. They're not ranked this year. Of course, Huskers are 9-0. Arizona is 6-3, coached by Charita Stubbs. The match will be televised on BTN and streamed on foxsports.com. John Cook, who's that guy? The guy with the statue out front, will be on the call. Again, the Huskers 9-0. They beat in ranked teams: Utah, Creighton, Pittsburgh, Stanford, Kentucky. A tough, grueling schedule. This is their final non-conference game. And then they move to middle of next week, Michigan, and then Maryland. Those games are on the road. They haven't been on the road in quite a while. So be interesting to see how they do going into a hostile environment to start Big Ten play. Of course, the Kentucky match in Nashville. You went to Creighton, but Big Red travels well. You look at the preview again. You want to know more about Arizona. Let me pull it up. 1 second. Arizona, again, is 6-3. You can see right here, they're led by Jordan Wilson, who's putting up 4.42 kills per set to rank 22nd nationally. Setter Avery Scoggins ranks 8th in the nation with almost 11 assists per set. Wildcats are hitting 277 on the season, allowing opponents to hit 223. Huskers are 6-1 all-time against Arizona. Last played in 2019. Huskers won in San Diego, my old hometown. So, Huskers do what they should do. 3-set sweep, maybe 4. NU's office ranks 13th with 300 hitting percentage. Wildcats are holding team to 277. So, hypothetically, they have the advantage there. Huskers are 14.15 digs per set, are the most of any Big Ten team. Good defense. 24-0 this season when reaching the red zone, 20 points first. So the race to 20 to help you get to 25 is big for this team. If you go all the way down, 1 second. If you guys want me to really deep dive into this on a video, I can totally do that. Just let me know. Let me make this not big. This will be easier. Again, just to kind of finish off that Creighton matchup, give credit to where Creighton is due. You had Ava Martin, who was playing amazing for them, hitting all over the field. But who had the most kills for us? Harper Murray. Just unbelievable what she's doing all-around play. But also go with 20 receptions, 10 digs. Clearly all around. Olivia, playing libero, 16 digs. Your setter, Bergen, 19 digs. She's able to do the little dink while she's setting. She had 43 assists. Absolutely cooking. Harper, Andi, Taylor, Virginia. 4 players with 12-plus kills. That is a healthy offense. 15-9 in set 5. Playing solid defense as well. Harper led all players with 19.5 points in the match. To me, she's your AVCA player of the year right now based off how she's playing. Fair enough, I don't follow a lot of other stuff going on, but you got a perfect team, number 1 team in the nation. She is playing the best out of all of them consistently, all-around play. I would pick her for that. So this will be a big match. Excited for what will happen in volleyball. Please comment your thoughts, like, and subscribe, because now this means we're going to move to Nebraska versus Michigan football. Here we go, folks. One of the biggest matchups in a long time for Nebraska football. They win this, everyone's jumping on the bandwagon. Huskers football are back. They lose this, same old. Now maybe you lose a close game, it doesn't kill you, you get blown out. Really hurts momentum, especially game one of the season in Big Ten play. Of course, they're 3-0. Michigan leads the all-time series 8-4-1. In Lincoln, Michigan leads 2-1-1. Big Ten foe, Michigan's 5-2. Folks, this game is on national television. There's going to be a lot of celebrities with Michigan or Nebraska ties probably around, especially Nebraska ties. CBS's number one call is going to be there. I will be on the field covering the game. I'll be doing the best to get you social media videos throughout. So again, follow me at Randy Silver TV or NTV News. I will do the best I can to get you everything you need to know. Last week against Houston Christian, we know the win. Almost scored 16 back-to-back games, back-to-back 50-point games. We don't need to dive much into it. The starters played a half. The backups played the second half. Gave up a big, long run. Bunch of stuff is on social media for that. If you want to preview this matchup, let's go to the preview 1 second. Again, this is the media guide. If you guys want me to dive through this more, I can totally do it for you. Let's show you a little bit about Michigan. Again, Michigan does not have their head coach. He's suspended due to the recruiting scandal, I guess we could call it, issues, NCAA violations. Interim head coach is Biff Poggi. First season at Michigan, he's 1-0. He won the game last week. They beat Central Michigan 63-3. Wolverines have played a ranked opponent, lost to Oklahoma 24-13, so they come in 2-1. They are led by Bryce Underwood, a true freshman QB, highly recruited, was going to Alabama. Nick Saban retired. He transferred to Michigan, or decommitted and went to Michigan. I'm pretty sure that's how it went. Who was highly recruited for us last year? True freshman starter, Dylan Raiola. Underwood is starting his first game ever in the Big Ten. Dylan, of course, has a full season under his belt. As Rule said, he's going into game 17. So you got to be able to stop Underwood. You see his stats so far this season. 2 touchdown passes, throwing for 210 yards a game. Huskers have the number 1 passing defense in the nation, giving up about 66, 67 a game. Michigan's team is going to be much better, but we know Michigan's always has a big O-line, or D-line, graduated a couple of big boys. Against Cincinnati, gave up 200-plus rushing yards. HCU, Akron, not the best teams. Can they hold up against a powerful Big Ten running game? You can see that they're averaging yards per carry, almost 8. Justice Haynes, running back, 8 yards per carry. Kidding me? 130 yards per game. That's pretty good. Rushing offense, 4th in Big Ten, 15th nationally. Huskers, 60th, and that's behind Emmett Johnson. If you look at the rushing defense, Huskers are 75th nationally right here. So 75th national rushing defense versus the 15th national rushing offense. Now you vice versa. Their pass offense is 81st. Our pass defense is 1st. So you look at those stats, Nebraska should have the advantage on the passing, and then rushing-wise, Michigan has the advantage. So can you get Michigan behind the sticks? Can you blow up a first down play? Can you make it a 2nd and 8? Can you make it a 3rd and 7 versus a 2nd and 4, a 3rd and 3? Make them have to pass the ball. A rookie, freshman QB, head coach isn't there. Loud and proud, Big Red Nation. Whew! Whew! Can you make that? Can you make them shaky? That will be the crazy part. Now you reverse it. Rushing offense for Nebraska is 60th. Rushing defense for Michigan is 25th. So can you get the lanes open for Emmett Johnson, for the backups? Say you get Ja'Cory Barney Jr. in an end around. What can you do to get that going? Now passing offense, Huskers are 5th. Passing defense, Michigan is 43rd. So it feels like passing-wise, hey, we can do that. We know Dylan Raiola set the record for most completions in a row between the Akron game and Cincinnati, tied together back-to-back, bled over in games. Dane Key, see what he's doing. A lot of good things are happening on this offense. Can the running game complement the passing game? We know that they run the pass. Can Emmett Johnson get open? Can they get the tough yards? Goal line. Can we not have to kick a field goal? Will Archie Wilson be punting this game? Probably. Hasn't punted in back-to-back games. That's why your net punting is 104th, because he hasn't really had the punt. So the big thing for me, can you stop Michigan's ground game? Ideally, you can stop the pass game. can Michigan stop your pass game? Turnovers gained, Nebraska's got 5. Michigan is at 7. So both teams doing a nice job on the turnover margin. That's going to be the big deciding factor in this game. If we go over quickly, again, Emmett Johnson rushing 100 yards, 3 straight games. Against Cincy, 108. Against Akron, 140. 2 straight games. HCU, 78. He would have had 100 if he would have played the second half. Quinton Ives coming back from injury, looking good as well. Dylan rushing when he needs to. TJ Lateef, backup QB. Hopefully we don't have to see him. But 72 of 94, a 77% completion rate. Fantastic. 3 out of 4 passes are getting caught. 829 yards, 8 touchdowns, only 0 interceptions. Big time. 8 touchdowns, no interceptions. Play clean ball. Don't make silly mistakes. And this is something Matt Rule talks about when Dylan is playing the game at the line of scrimmage. If he sees that the play is not going to work based off the defense, he has full liberty to check to play B, C, or D, whatever it may be. He's able to do the check down. He's able to see the defense. He's ready to go to make sure he doesn't do anything that could cost the team. Of course, it's going to happen. It's football. Against Cincinnati, they probably could have had a pick 6 once, but the DB missed catching that ball. So that takes us to Rule. How's he feeling about this game? Let's hear his thoughts at his presser earlier in the week.
I think the biggest thing is we've had 3 weeks of just preparation for those. So, I mean, now the Big Ten starts, this is a whole other animal. I think our guys are worse.
I love what he said there. We have 3 games of prep. Of course, Michigan brings just a different dynamic and whatnot to this team, to this game. We know it's going to be loud. Hopefully, Bud Crawford is walking out. We know that the 95 team will be walking out the team, just like Colorado last year. The 94 team walked out. It will be loud. Folks, if you're coming to this game, it's a 2:30 p.m. kickoff. Get early. Hang out, tailgate. Make sure you're around the premises. Make sure you try to get in line early because that place is going to fill up very quickly. Be nice to the fans that you see around, of course, everything in between like that. This is my first experience of a Big Ten football game. I'm so excited to be there. Can't wait to bring you all the content. Haven't experienced any Big Ten sports in general. Everything's been preseason, pre-conference stuff, things like that. So we're going to get that with volleyball starting next week and football starting today. So for me, I post so much content on YouTube, on my socials, Randy Silver TV for you. Wanted to make sure we do this video and get you some insights into the John Cook, the volleyball, and football. Obviously, I put stuff out consistently, so I don't want to dive too deep into it. If you have any questions or comments, please reach out to me at Randy Silver TV. I want to make sure we give you all the information you need to know. If there's a video you want, a breakdown, everything like that, I am here for you. Go Big Red. It's going to be a great weekend. Hopefully, we get 2-0 with volleyball beating Arizona and football beating Michigan. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Have a great weekend. If you see me around, say hi. Let's take a photo. Let's have some fun. Go Big Red.
In sports, we're down to the second last week of playing on the gridiron. Games are on top as well.